Hello everyone. So I was finally able to go see Sisu yesterday. So as most of you know, probably saw this just like me, where right before John Wick 4, you saw the trailer for this movie. It is rated R, comes in at just a little over 90 minutes long. This is crazy, over the top, marketed to be a John Wick style World War II movie. And yeah, so really just without further ado, let me get into it. So the IMDb description of this is when an ex-soldier who discovers gold in the Lapland wilderness tries to take the loot into the city, Nazi soldiers led by a brutal SS officer battle him. So again, too, very, very simple, very straightforward. It is a one-man versus a literal entire Nazi army. And yeah, they definitely take a ton of inspiration from the John Wick movies, even to the point of almost like word for word reciting the Baba Yaga line from the first movie, but of course, too, just using terminology to the times and the land that they come from. And it's very, very, very formulaic in a lot of ways, almost too formulaic that makes it very predictable to see how events are going to be played out. And definitely to the first they split this movie into 6 chapters, each just kind of around the landscape that they're in. So part 1 is the gold, him finding it. It's a very, very slow sequence. Part 2, when he meets the Nazis. Part 3, when he gets to a minefield. Part 4, it's just basically all along those lines. And again, too, it's really, really easy to see where this movie is going to go, even when it does its big over the top sequences. It's just easy to see them coming. They foreshadow the hell out of it, which can take some of the fun away from it. And a lot of the times too, I found that this movie was just way too over the top and way too goofy for what it really needed to be, especially within the final sequence of this film, where it just gets unbelievably over the top. And a lot of the times too, when you just you definitely have to turn your brain off when you go into this movie, but it's really hard to turn your brain off to SS officer making the mistakes that he's again to making throughout the entirety of this movie, where it's just going up the person he goes against. There's so many times where it just could have ended, it could have been done right then and there, and just wasn't. And the thing is too, is having this be marketed before John Wick and marketed as a John Wick movie, you still get a lot of the over-the-top action, over-the-top plot, over-the-top characters that you see in the John Wick franchise. But this story is just way too over the top. The stunts, and again, too, just sequences that Sisu has to live through are way too over the top. And again, to the action, while good and just absolutely bloody and horrific in a lot of ways, never ever lives up to the promise that this is just going to be like a World War II John Wick movie. You don't have the same gunplay, the same super unique camera angles or cinematography, especially that you see within the 4th John Wick movie. Again, so marketing this movie as basically like a John Wick spinoff almost was a mistake, because it is nothing like that, and definitely loses some points for that. Again, too, it's best to go into this again, shutting your head off, because even though John Wick movies are super over the top, they're way more grounded than what you're gonna find in Sisu. And again, too, I did have a lot of fun with it. The kills, the action, all of that is bloody, brutal, disgusting. It's really fun, way too silly for its own good. But again, too, it was the type of just goofy, over the top cheesiness that I was able to still have a lot of fun with. And yeah, really with just everything taken together, I'm going to have to give Sisu a 6.5 out of 10. Can't really get into it too much more, but I actually, again, too, it's very easy to make a Nazi villain, but I did like the angle that they had with these Nazis, why they were kept on pursuing Sisu in this. I really, really liked the logic behind it. I thought it was something that was very smart, made a lot of sense, and again, too, just helped their drive feel a lot more real and a lot more grounded in a lot of ways. So if you've seen Sisu, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. And of course, if you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up. You can check out everything I do in this channel through and playlist down below. All links on top here for convenience sake. Thank you for subscribing. Turn that little ring on so you know when I upload new videos. If you want to check out the description of this video or my channel bio, there's a link to the Medium Mountain, which is my Discord, where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in this world. So you can definitely join that amazing community, help make it even more amazing than it is already. And yeah, just awesome, guys.